Daniela had always been a perfectionist. For 5 years, her passion for crafting perfect vacations defined her role at the travel agency, Wanderlust Journeys. Every morning, she'd arrive early to ensure everything was in order. She believed that travel wasn't just about the destination, but the journey itself. Her clients loved her attention to detail and the way she went above and beyond, always making them feel like their dreams mattered to her. Yet, while her professional life thrived, her personal life seemed paused. Daniela's friends often teased her about never slowing down, not giving time to love. But Daniela was focused. She believed that love would find her when it was meant to. One Friday morning, a new client walked into the agency. He was Camilo Ferrer, a businessman whose reputation preceded him. Wealthy, successful, and undeniably handsome, Camilo was known for his ventures in real estate and luxury developments. He greeted Daniela with a composed confidence, and she could tell he was used to getting what he wanted. He wanted her to plan the ultimate island getaway, a trip that would let him disconnect from the chaos of his busy life. Daniela knew this was her chance to deliver something extraordinary. As she planned Camilo's trip, there was an unspoken spark between them, something Daniela couldn't quite place. Still, she pushed any personal feelings aside, reminding herself that this was just business. A week later, Camilo's yacht embarked on the sea voyage Daniela had organized down to the finest details. The weather was perfect, the skies clear, and the ocean calm. Everything was going smoothly as the yacht sailed toward the private island. For Camilo, this trip was meant to be a peaceful escape. He was used to high-stakes business deals and power meetings, but here, amidst the endless blue sea, he felt a rare sense of tranquility. But tranquility has a way of slipping away. 2 days into the journey, the weather shifted unexpectedly. Clouds gathered, darkening the sky, and within hours, a full-blown storm had descended. The waves grew taller, battering the yacht, and the once smooth journey became a fight for survival. The storm was relentless, pushing the yacht off course. Worst of all, the engine failed, leaving the yacht stranded in the middle of the raging sea. The crew quickly sent out a distress signal, but with communication cut off, they could only hope the Navy would arrive in time. Camilo, usually so composed and in control, felt helpless for the first time in years. His thoughts drifted to the woman who had planned the trip, Daniela. How would she feel knowing things had gone so wrong? Back at the travel agency, news of the storm hit like a shockwave. Daniela was informed of the yacht's distress signal. Panic gripped her. This was not how things were supposed to go. She had worked hard to ensure every detail was perfect. Now her client, Camilo, was in danger, and guilt overwhelmed her. When the Navy announced they were sending out a rescue ship, Daniela made an impulsive decision. She couldn't sit idly by. With her heart pounding, she asked to accompany the rescue team. Though they hesitated, knowing the urgency, the Navy officials eventually agreed, and soon Daniela was aboard the rescue vessel, heading into the storm. As the ship cut through the turbulent waters, the fear in her chest grew. She kept picturing the yacht lost in the waves, and the people on board, helpless. Among them, Camilo, the man who had unknowingly stirred something deep in her heart. She clenched her fists, determined to see him safe. After hours of battling the storm, they finally spotted the yacht, tossed like a toy on the angry waves. Daniela's heart leapt when she saw figures moving on the deck. They were still alive. The rescue team quickly moved into action, pulling the stranded crew and passengers aboard. When Camilo finally stepped onto the Navy ship, drenched but alive, his eyes met Daniela's, and in that moment, something shifted between them. In the days that followed the rescue, Camilo couldn't get Daniela out of his mind. He was drawn to her courage, her dedication, and the way she had personally come to his aid. He reached out to thank her in person, and their conversations flowed effortlessly. They started meeting more often, initially discussing the trip and the rescue, but soon their talks turned personal. There was an undeniable connection between them, something neither could ignore. Weeks turned into months, and Daniela and Camilo found themselves spending more and more time together. Their bond grew, fueled by shared values and a deep respect for each other's work and passions. Daniela's friends noticed the change in her. She was happier, more at ease. And Camilo, who had once been solely focused on his business, found joy in the simplicity of their time together. Their relationship blossomed, and after 3 beautiful years of dating, Camilo planned something special. He whisked Daniela away to Hawaii, where they spent a week in paradise. One evening, under a sky filled with stars, Camilo took her hand, led her to a secluded beach, and got down on one knee. He proposed, telling her that the moment she risked her life to save him, he knew she was the one he wanted to spend his life with. Tears filled Daniela's eyes as she said yes. After their engagement, Camilo and Daniela returned to their homeland to plan the wedding of their dreams. Surrounded by family and friends, they exchanged vows in a beautiful ceremony that felt like the culmination of their journey. Their love had been tested by storms, both literal and figurative, but it had grown stronger with each challenge. As they settled into their new life together, they chose to live in Camilo's hometown. There, they built a beautiful home and eventually started a family. Daniela, who had once been solely focused on her career, now found a new sense of fulfillment in her role as a wife and mother. Camilo, too, found balance in his life, no longer defined only by his business but by the love and joy he shared with Daniela and their children. Their life was not without its ups and downs, but through every challenge, they faced it together. They often looked back on the storm that had brought them together, grateful for the twist of fate that had set their love story in motion. And as they watched their children grow, they knew that no matter what life threw their way, they would weather it side by side. Thank you for watching. Please tap that subscribe button to help my YouTube channel grow, and please like and share to your family and friends.